ladies and gentlemen behind the camera, as our viewers of this magnificent YouTube channel. And today we are with the channel with a special guest, Adventure Boys. First of all, my name is Adam and I am a tour guide of Zanzibar. Before we proceed with what we want to do, let me introduce my right-hand boy. What's your name?
Thomas.
Thomas from the States. And here on my left hand, Rickson also from the States. So as long as we're Adventure Boys, today we're going to explore the Stone Town. And this is one of the magnificent historical sites we are in. And this building, generally, we call it Old Customer Building. In Zanzibar, apart from having beautiful beaches, we have that history of the dark history, which we will call it as a slave trade. This building itself as Old Customer Building, of which it was used for any importation and exportation of the product that has to be charged tax in this building. Our tour in Stone Town will cover a variety of historical sites. If I may give the list, here we are at the Old Custom House. After the Old Custom House, we will visit our Darajani Market, which is an international buffet which sells product and foodstuffs at a cheaper price. Without forgetting, we will visit to the old fort. Apart from that, the most historical and legendary musician who was born here in Zanzibar, Freddy Mercury. I hope, ladies and gentlemen behind the camera, you are eager to know about this guy, Freddy Mercury. Come with us, legendary boys. Don't forget to subscribe before we finish our tour. Let's go.
Thank you everybody who's tuning into this live stream, subscribers to our channel, newcomers, friends, family. We're happy to be here in Zanzibar to share this incredible experience with you. We have some very skilled guides with us today to share a little bit about the culture, the people, and the history. So let me cut back to them and get this tour underway.
So, ladies and gents behind the camera, let's talk about Zanzibar. But before I proceed, did you know that in Zanzibar, doors, by that time they were used as family business cards. And by telling you in Zanzibar, we have four kinds of doors. We have pure Arabic door, pure Indian door, and Indo-Arabic door, without forgetting the lastly, it's Gujarati door. But this one is pure Arabic door. Why? First of all, you can see on top of the door, we have Arabic writings. That's the vivid proof which makes this door being Arabic door. Apart from that, the difference between Indian door and Arabic door are these knobs. In Arabic door, these knobs, they were used for decoration by relating with the story of Taj Mahal. But in Indian doors, these knobs of brass, they are sharp like a small spears, which they were used for protection against elephant. Apart from that, in this door on the outside, we have symbolic features which are changed. You know, ladies and gents behind the camera, I as a tour guide, most of the time when I do tour with the guests from a variety of countries, and I ask them, what do chains stand for? Most of them, they keep on saying, Adam, the chain stand for slave trade, which it wasn't. So the chain on this door, it stands for unity and solidarity between the family members. Like here we are, the Adventure Boys. Apart from that, this is pure Arabic door. First of all, we have rectangular in terms of shape. And apart of that, in this Arabic door, we have male part on my left hand, and on my right hand, we have female part. I know, ladies and gents behind the camera may be eager to know and surprised. How comes in the door don't have a gender? Male part and a female part. So you should know that according to Arabic context of life, when a lady or wife goes outside her house, she has to cover her face, isn't it? Why do they have to cover their faces? Because their wife's beauty is only portrayed to their husband. Do you know that? So the wife's beauty is only portrayed to the husband. So for a lady, when she goes outside her house, she has to cover her face because her beauty is only portrayed to her husband. The same with the door. We have male part and the female part, which was specially designed for the male guests and female guests. So, if you are a male guest, you have come to visit over in this house, you have to knock on appropriate part of the door, depending on your gender. Right, Adventure Boys? So, if you're a male guest, you have to knock on a male part. If you're a female guest, you have to knock on a female part. But knocking on a male part and a female part, it used to produce different sounds. Hear me out. There is a sound. When you clap with your hands, with your palms open. But there is a sound when you clap with your hands with your palm folded. So it was the same with this door. For the male part, it was believed it had metallic objects which used to produce metallic sound. But for the female part, it was a wooden sound, like. So if you live inside this house, whenever you hear a wooden sound like this one, you have to know this is the female guest. So anybody who lives in the house can come to open the door. But if you hear metallic sound, especially for the ladies, when they come outside to open the doors, they have to cover their faces because that will be the male guest, like the adventure boys who wants to get inside this house. You get it? So we may proceed with the other places.
What an interesting dialogue. We're learning about the culture of the region, little cameos of information that would otherwise be very hard to obtain. And this is just an immersive experience. Stone Town has its own color palette, vibrance, energy. This is very interesting here.
Also, ladies and gents, behind the camera, our city in Zanzibar is called Stone Town. There is a reason as to why our city is called Stone Town, because most of the buildings and infrastructures are made out of coral stones. But where can you get the coral stones? You can get the coral stones at the ocean bed. So back at the times, people used to mine the coral stones.
One piece. Yeah, this
See,
good.
we got it.
This one is good. This cap is good. From where? Nepal. Indian. Nepal Indian. Where?
North of India. These are traditional Nepali dresses
Yeah, okay.
worn
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
the people there.
Yeah.
And we thought it would be a nice tribute to your culture here in
that sounds
Africa.
good.
Yes, thank
good.
you.
Yeah, it's good.
Wherever we
You
go,
like it,
we
you
try
like
to
it.
fit in with the
Yeah,
culture,
yeah.
respect the people, respect the
What's the
culture.
name?
You look like
Eric, we're YouTubers. We have a channel called The Adventure Boys.
Yeah. My name's Chinatown.
Hey,
It's
nice.
around Zanzibar area. Yeah, welcome Zanzibar.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
first time Zanzibar?
We're loving it. We just
Yeah,
arrived
yeah.
this morning and we're
like
having a
Zanzibar,
great
you know
time
what
already.
Yeah, good.
Huh?
This is your family, yeah?
These are my sons.
This is your family. They two children, eh? Yeah. Welcome, my brother.
Yes,
Yeah,
my
welcome
brother.
Zanzibar.
Yeah,
You know?
thank you.
Yeah,
Zanzibar, here
yeah.
we come. Stone
Yeah,
Town.
Yeah, Stone Town. My name's Chinatown, yeah?
All right,
The whole
Chinatown.
Zanzibar area, man.
Cool.
One piece big, man. We're together, this together, man. Where okay, come on. This together, man. You know? Yeah. This. Wow. Yeah. This is Babu, you know?
We're getting a great
Babu,
welcome
this is
here in Stone Town.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Chinatown.
Yeah. With a peace and love. man.
Beautiful.
Okay? Yeah. This is your children. My brother. My
adventure boys.
Yeah. Two men, okay? You're welcome. Peace and
Thank
love.
you for the welcome.
and
Peace,
love.
brother.
Yeah, peace and love, yeah. Very good. Bye-bye,
All right.
man.
So, ladies and gents, since we're based on the street of Stone Town, it's very easy to get interruption from the locals who are surprised of how the adventure boys dress. So, I'm sorry for that. Let's proceed.
No, we're happy for that. That's good fun.
Our city is called stone town because most of the building infrastructures are made out of coral stones. But today, let's look at the building materials they used in construction of these houses. Back at the times, they used sand. Apart from sand, they used coral stones. Apart from the coral stones, they used lime. Let me show you lime. Lime always white in color, as you can see, which acts as adhesive in bonding these building materials. So currently, as we're speaking, the Zanzibar revolutionary government has substituted these building materials. Instead of sand, they use clay. Instead of coral stones, they use concrete stones. And instead of lime, they use cement. But why? Why the government of Zanzibar has substituted all these building materials? Purposely because the new building techniques demand the use of steel or iron in building these houses. But adventure boys, we should know that. And also the lads and gents behind the camera, you should know that. Since the coral stones, we can find them or we can get them beneath the ocean bed. These stones, they have properties of salt. And since the new building techniques demand steel, what happens? Steel exposed to salt with water, the steel or the iron oxidizes, rust. When it rusts, it tears the water. So it means our government has to use either of the two. If they want to use corals as affordable building materials, they should not use steel. If they want to use steel as new building materials, then they should not use corals as building materials. Adventure boys?
What is the antiquity? What is the age of buildings that were, constructed in this traditional method?
Good question. Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you have heard the question. How the antiquity, how long the buildings in Stone Town they have been constructed. You should know that most of the buildings in Stone Town, they age about 150 years old.
Incredible.
So hopefully some of you, ladies and gentlemen, behind the camera, you should not think this Stone Town it was there during the time of medieval. No, 150 years old. Get it?
Thank you for filling us in. Yes.
Look at these. What? What?
This is 100 years old.
Yeah, what's the building? They are 150 years old.
See, Thomas, we could build like this in Micronesia. The boys are also from a small island in the Pacific called Ponape, Micronesia, where they're still using traditional building
over there
techniques.
you can see how convenient the people in Stone Town. They can form a barber shop anywhere, wherever. The tools needed for the barber to do their daily job.
Okay, look at this support structure. This building must be under renovation. And this is a shoring up system that we're looking up here. Here's a very nice antique style.
Also, lads and gents, behind the camera, over this wall, we have a graveyard. Graveyard, this place, it's a palace museum called the Mambo. This place is a palace museum which is almost under restoration. And the graves you see over here, they were used to be buried the people who were close family or who were close to the Sultan's family. Kodo, Mambo.
Yes, Kodo. Not Kodo. No problem.
Also guys, here we are at the interior part of Town. But in the interior part of Town, we have two kinds of house ownership. We have government house, or sometimes called the public house, and we have private house. But in Zanzibar, how are you gonna know this building is government house or a public house? Follow me. So since in Zanzibar we have two kinds of house ownership, we have public house and government house. Now follow, speak it over. We have public house which are governmental and private house which are owned by private people. So like this one is government house which has the abbreviation ZHC. ZHC stands for Zanzibar Housing and Corporation. So we are not from Nepal. You guys want to see how this is from inside? Then follow me. So this house of which back at the time they were meant for one single Arabic family, currently they are being used as multi-dwelling house or multi-dwellings building. So before you enter the house here, the entrance, which back in the times it was used as a living room only for the male guests. Did you know that? In Arabic culture and Indian culture, they are different. In Arabic culture, for the male guests, they are not welcome inside the house. The male guests will only welcome on these stone benches to discuss the purpose of their meeting inside of this house. Why the male guests are not welcome inside? Because inside of the house, it was preserved purposely for the privacy of the ladies.
It's okay.
So we proceed inside.
This is such a cool tour. I'm getting to see the inner workings of Stone Town life.
So
You can see above us, there's also wood built into each level.
from inside. So I just wanted to give you the glimpse of how inside the house of Stone Town they look like. But since I've said before, this house back at the time they were made for one single Arabic family, but currently they are being used as multi-dwellings, infrastructures or house.
So these are also similar in age of about 100 to 150 years old.
150 years old.
Uh-huh. And look at this combination of the coral stone and local woods, which create the floors. All of this was built without steel and in an earlier era.
They still live in a 150 years old building.
Yup.
But it's not the house is gonna be broken.
Well, maybe we should build this. Thank you for the tour. Welcome everybody who's joining this live stream. You're with the Adventure Boys, freshly landed this morning in Zanzibar, Tanzania, Africa. We are with a fantastic guide who knows the back roads and the culture. And we're here with the guide. We're walking the back streets, seeking out the famous landmarks of Stone Town. We're now in the narrow streets this city is famous for. There's a long history of conquest and exchange of powers in this town, in this region, in the island of Zanzibar. We're discovering a bit about the history, seeing it with our own eyes, learning as we go, and we're happy to be sharing it with you. Please drop us a comment where you're watching from. What do you think of this first-hand experience here on the island of Zanzibar? This trip came as a great surprise to the Adventure Boys. We were living in Nepal for 5 months and our visas had expired. So we're making the ultimate visa run of all time. We'll be spending 9 days in Zanzibar, touring first Stone Town, then headed to the northeastern beach towns of Matemwe, and further north we're going to be doing fishing, spearing, boating, dining experiences. We're sharing the cultural, ancient and historical city from this first-hand perspective. Here we seem to be looking at...
Ladies and gentlemen behind the camera, here we are, we're in a good position of differentiating between two types of the doors we have in Zanzibar. We have Indian door and Arabic door. So, how can you tell this is an Indian door and this is Arabic door? As I've said before, for the Indian door, the knobs of the brass are sharp like a small spears, which they use for decoration back in the times in India. So when you trace Punjabi history, back in India, people used to train elephants to fight between or among the tribes. So those people, they knew they were going to be attacked while they inside the house, so they inside this sharp brass, wherever the elephant comes and smash the door, it gets hit. And apart from the Indian door, over there we have Arabic door. But if you go these houses, these two houses are house of God. That one is the most, especially from the Baharas, from India. And that one over there is also a mosque from the Jamaat Khan. Jamaat Khan, Jamaat means society. Khan is the name of Abbas. So Jamaat Khan means the society of Khan. And apart from that, on that coast we have our national flag, of which our national flag literally is the same as the flag in Australia, of which in the whole flag on the north top left corner we have the other country's flag. So in our Tanzania national flag, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, you should know that in 1964 there was a union between Tanganyika and Zanzibar to form the Tanzania Republic government, which it has resulted in the formation of two governments. We have Zanzibar Revolutionary Government and Tanzania Republic government. Wow. Between these two governments, Zanzibar Revolution government and Tanzania Republic government, each of these two, they have their own jurisdiction. As we Zanzibarians, we have our own president, our own constitution, and our own jurisdiction. Likewise to Tanzania, they have their own president, constitution, as well as jurisdiction. So, let's talk more about the flag. Our flag, all the colors, they have symbolic meaning. But for Zanzibar flag, it's been represented 3 colors: blue, black, and green. On the left top corner, that is Tanzanian flag. But since all of them, they have symbolic meaning, let's start with the Zanzibar flag, which has 3 colors. Blue stands for water bodies and oceans. Black stands for the skin color of the people. Only we have the Arabs and the Indians. Green, we have it stands for forest and vegetation. Likewise to Tanzania, but the slight difference between Zanzibar flag and Tanzanian flag are the yellow stripes or yellow lines. So you can see over there, three-color flag, it's a Zanzibar flag, and the left top corner, that is the Tanzanian flag. But in Tanzania, yellow stripes or yellow lines stand for mineral resources. And ladies and gentlemen behind the camera, let me tell you, yellow lines in Tanzanian flag stand for mineral resources, of which in the whole world.
Hello, brother.
How's it going?
Hey, great.
It's
It's a friend from the flight. Yes, we're live streaming right now on YouTube. You want to do any shout outs? Say hi to your friends back in Qatar.
They are doing well, and actually I'm enjoying very much. It's a beautiful city, and yeah, it's good.
Great, nice bumping into you.
Yeah.
This is our friend who we met on the flight over. People are just so friendly in this region. Everybody's so happy to be here in Tanzania. Everybody is psyched to be touring Zanzibar. Smiles all around. All right, we'll probably see you out later this evening. Great seeing you.
We're getting hungry.
So ladies and gentlemen behind the camera, of the way we're expressing ourselves, the yellow line stands for mineral resources, of which in the whole world there is a gemstone, which is only mined in our country. That's why it was given the name of our country. What's that? The gemstone. Or what kind of mineral is that? So in Tanzania we have a blue gemstone which is referred as Tanzanite. It's the only gemstone which is only found in Tanzania country. You can never find it in Kenya, South Africa, India, or wherever the place. So that's the unique about our country. And Tanzanite, if I may tell you, it's 1,000 times rare than diamond. Why it's 1,000 times rarer than diamond? Because in African continent, diamond you can find it almost 3 countries. We have South Africa, Kimberley, we have Chad, and somewhere in West Africa. But for the Tanzanite, blue in color, it's only situated in East Africa, specifically in Tanzania. That's why we gave it the name after our country. Without browsing, Adventure Brother. Ladies and gentlemen behind the camera, you couldn't know this amazing fact about the gemstone which is only found in our country. Let's proceed.
If we pass a little snack shop or something, maybe we can stop and get something for the boys. Boys, you must be learning a lot. I'm learning so much.
What is 1,000 times rarer than diamond?
Tanzanite.
Yeah, Tanzanite is 1,000 times rarer than diamond. Why? Because Tanzanite is only situated in one place. You can never find it in any other part of the world. That's why it's 1,000 times rarer than diamond. But diamond, you can find it in wherever the place you travel in Africa, like in South Africa, Chad, and other countries in West Africa. That's right.
This is our first time to the African continent and the island of Zanzibar. So we're learning so much from this tour. Look at this magnificent building here. Look at these beautiful wooden balconies. Gorgeous architecture. Tremendous detail on the doorways. This is the Emerson Spice Hotel. It's a little street side vending shop. We've got some shells, carvings. This is beautiful. Yes, when we're done with our tour, we'll come and check you out.
Okay.
Malaysia.
Where?
Micronesia.
Yes,
Indonesia.
islands in the Pacific.
For your size, I have here.
Okay, thanks. We'll definitely come back and have a look. So we're in a little bit of a shopping district. Let's see See some of the handicrafts that are locally made. This is reminiscent of Nepal in some ways. Traffic in these small corridors. Beautiful hand-woven bags. This looks like it's made from pandanus. Thank you. We'll be sure to come back. We're with a guide right now.
You're gonna let now?
Yeah.
Okay, welcome. Hakuna matata.
Erickson, here's some chips. Why don't we get you some chips? Come on over, breadfruit chip.
I think that's but I think we have a snack shop around the corner.
So these buildings are all in tight, close quarters. See the beautiful craftsmanship on doorways. There's very fine woodworking. It's like a maze. It's a local tailor. With a really excellent guide. He's giving us a great historical experience. Stone Town is known for its melding of cultures, a rich history. It's a trading port. It's the kind of central city of the island of Zanzibar, where a lot of the trade takes place. It's where all of the tourists are transiting in through. Okay, we're gonna do a little snack break here. Okay, Erickson, there's quite a variety to choose from. Go ahead, you can point and shoot. We've got banana cake, we've got cheesecakes. We starting to see smiles erupting. These are whole cakes that need to be bought for special occasions. Pick something that's already cut. Okay, one red velvet. Is that what you're looking at, Thomas? Sure, you can have a brownie, and Thomas, you pick yours.
There's a brownie?
This is the favorite part of the boys. And the one brownie.
Well, part of being a father touring with two sons is the boys are constantly getting hungry. They're at the age where they're growing so rapidly. We just flew in on an epic flight from Kathmandu. We'd flown through Doha. We had a big surprise when we were attempting our first run at the airport.
Indigo.
We learned last minute that Indigo is not the way to go. Anybody who's trying to fly budget in the Asia region, always double check, triple check, call the embassies to find out your transit visa regulations, because we went to board our flight and found out that a 10-hour layover in Mumbai also requires a transit visa. We had to stay back. We rebooked on Qatar. Doha is transit visa free for stays under 24 hours. So we came through without a hitch. Took a little bit of a hit financially with the change in the ticket, but nothing can go perfect when you're traveling the world. It's the first time like this anything happened, but we're back on track. We arrived early this morning. We're with some incredible guides here. The boys are ready for some huge adventures around the island of Zanzibar. But just like we did in Kathmandu, we like to start with culture. Travel isn't only fun, it's also learning. So the boys are developing a sense of the world. They're learning geography. They're learning about different cultures, different religions, construction techniques, architecture. It's really a special form of education that I'm privileged to be sharing with them, and I hope you guys are also enjoying it. Let us pay for these snacks, get them in their belly, and get back underway with this cultural and educational tour. Would you like a little snack? Thank you all who's tuning in to this live stream and who's clicking on this video later on to learn a little bit about Zanzibar. We are here for 9 days on the island. We're taking the first 2 days to explore the culture, and then we're going to head over to the north and eastern side of the island. We're going to do some spice tours. We're going to do some fishing with the locals. Tomorrow the boys and I are going to pick up a few spears so we can do some spearing on our own. So stay with us. It's going to be a lot of fun. We have huge adventures ahead. After 9 days in Zanzibar, we're headed to the Serengeti for a safari of a lifetime. 9 days crossing the Serengeti plain up to the crater, watching the wildlife in their natural environment. Huge herds of animals driving across the plains. It's going to be unforgettable. And we're here to share it with you. Thank you for tuning in, and let's get on with this tour. The boys have got some energy. They're gonna, let's go cut them back up off the lower flight. Can you grab some water?
Ah, well. Oh, okay.
Let's move on. All right, now we've got some fuel back in the tanks. Let's get this trip back underway. Can you hold this?
Son, can you open it?
It's open. Now we're entering.
So lads, behind the camera, we are at our daily Darajani Market, of which our market is divisible into 5 sections. We have chicken market, we have us. After the chicken market, we have fruits and vegetable. Apart from fruits and vegetable, we have spice market, we have meat market, and lastly, catch of the day, we have fish market. But let me tell you, this may sound weird. Surprise, in Zanzibar, some locals were able to get to the market believing that for the white people taking their pictures, they believe they are going to sell their souls. But as long as we are the preacher boys, today there is no exception. You guys behind the camera, you have to see every and each thing that happens in the market with exceptional details. Come on.
Fresh grown produce. These must be wickedly hot chilies. Here we've got some fresh rosemary.
So ladies and gents, hopefully some of you may be vegetarian, meaning that you consume meat. But let's go and see some of the chicken.
This reminds us a little bit of our experiences in Nepal. One of the things that we love about living in Nepal are the fine and fresh meats, and it seems to be similar. Seems to be very similar. This is a wet market. Live birds here. This must be slaughtered and processed to order. And these look like wild bird. These are probably grown in the countryside and brought in. Here's a domesticated breed. I've never seen a wet market like this before. This is really interesting. All the chicken must be processed to order. Here are the meats, livers, breast thighs. This is the chicken market. All of this looks so delicious. So fresh. Hi, assalamu alaikum. Thank you, Spencer. Here's what appear to be a green pea. Beans. Wonderful. Oh my gosh, look at the size of these mangoes. We've got passion fruit, lily koi, beautiful fresh mangoes. Now Erickson is all smiles. You know what?
That is tofa.
Oh, that's the durian, yes?
Yeah, durian. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nice
We
one.
call this mountain apple. We grow this on our own farm. The boys are also farmers in Micronesia. They've got a 4-acre tropical fruit plantation. Yes, we're growing. We don't have durian yet. We'd like to add it to our repertoire, but these guys are major mango sellers. During the mango season, the Adventure Boys are pulling in about 100 bushels a day from their beautiful mango forests. They also do marketing and vending, but sour sop, we call this sour sop. What do you call this here? Oh, okay. And is this a mangosteen? Here's mangosteen.
This is a mangosteen.
Mangosteen.
Nice.
This is reminding us of home. Actually, here we've got cacao.
3,000.
Okay.
This is a
We've
cacao.
got cacao. As I was saying, we're also farmers. We're growing mango. We're growing sour sop, cacao, mangosteen as well.
Dragon fruit.
Oh,
Pastel fruit. No.
these are so good for. Is this a different variety of the sour sop? Look at the size of these avocados. Oh, rambutans. Here, you know what? We'd buy some rambutan.
You want bass?
Yeah, how much is a bunch of rambutan? Why not?
What's it? Shingalve.
You don't tell.
You know what? Those are those ripe? I haven't seen the yellow rambutan. They're usually the purple.
They're all right.
Can they taste one?
Is it good?
They're sweet. I'd like to try one. Thank you. Very sweet. Do you guys want to pick up a bunch? Erickson's been wanting to buy rambutan ever since we saw them on the street for the first time. Now this makes us feel like, oh my goodness, look at the size of these pineapples. My gosh, they're huge. This must be a very special local variety. We don't have anything like that in Micronesia. Look at the size of these. Avocado? My gosh, the fruit is so beautiful, so fresh. Cacao. We've got rambutan. Look at these. These must be, what, 3 kilos, 4 kilos each? 5 kilo pineapples. This is incredible. You know what? Yeah, what do you want to buy? Can we buy about 1,000 shillings worth of rambutan? I don't think we can eat the whole bunch. It's too much for us.
That's enough?
Sure.
Yeah, whatever weighs out to be about 1,000 shillings, perfect. Thomas, hold this so I can get some money out.
1,000 shillings.
I think that one says,
This one bunch?
yeah.
Yeah.
10,000? Oh, that's very expensive. Well, you know what? Just let's have a handful to eat while we're going. A friend was just telling us that the fruits are very inexpensive along the marketway, and we just got quoted 10,000 shillings for one handful of rambutan. So we'll take a few just to eat along the way, and then we're going to have a chance to buy some when we're going around the island.
That's $50.
We're also growing rambutan. Our trees, yeah, these are nice. I've never seen the yellow variety before. We've only seen the pink and purple. All right, guys, come on, let's make our way along.
Shrimp?
What are those? Oh, I know what that is. That's tamarind.
Yeah, that's tamarind.
Yes, we have a few tamarind trees that haven't started bearing yet. Look at these. These are artisanal beans and grains. Everything looks so delicious, so fresh. Here we've got some spice. This looks like lemongrass, yeah? Lemongrass. We've got, hibiscus flower. This really reminds us of home. Very similar to what we're growing on our own farm. And then we've got a variety of Indian spices here. Curry, tea, cardamom, clove, paprika, tikka masala. Oh, look, Thomas. Nutmeg. Okay. Nutmeg, white peppercorns. Here we've got vanilla beans. It's no wonder why they call Zanzibar the Spice Island. This is all locally grown produce. Very fresh.
What is this?
These are grapes.
Grapes?
These look like wine grapes, really. The rambutans are very sweet, aren't they?
But I like the red one better.
Thank you. Adventure Boys YouTube channel. Give us a like and subscribe.
Where are you from?
We're from America and Micronesia.
America.
Yes.
Are you tourists?
These are my two sons, Pacific Islanders.
So come and take a look what we have here. We
Sure.
have spices. Newman, Newman,
We have
Let's
yeah, we have a tea masala, curry powder. This is masala for rice, and this is tea masala.
Okay.
Here's the tandoori masala for the barbecue.
These two gentlemen right here are also spice farmers. They're growing lemongrass. They're growing.
We have a lemongrass, but maybe it's
Oh, look at
too-
this. Oh, saffron.
Saffron, yeah.
Saffron.
And here's a vanilla.
Vanilla bean.
Here we have a. Here we have a.
Okay.
Here we have a cloves. This is one of the saffron. Exactly. Here, cinnamon, saffron, sugar powder. Yeah. This is like a
And we're rolling camera, but
I'm sorry, sir.
No problem.
Sorry for interrupting.
no, not at
But
all.
the thing is, you
This
can
is part of
support
the experience. Look at the cinnamon.
cinnamon. We have a type of cinnamon. We have like this one here.
Oh, okay. This is for the making the tea, yes?
This, you can do whatever you want.
Ceylon cinnamon, or is
This.
it same, just different
Yeah,
preparation?
different, because this, when you there's something special.
How much is what is this one?
Black pepper. No,
Yeah, how much is this
this
cost?
is called a kid. You can share it. You can share it.
Hi, appreciate some.
Lemongrass.
The one with
We also have pepper. Yeah, you can count us before we leave the island.
I'm sorry, sir. You can support even one or two because once today we didn't make any business.
Fresh eggs.
Thomas, do you know what it is? A mega fruit.
Thomas, do you recognize these? What?
Red.
Almost. Jackfruit.
Yeah, that's it.
Huge jackfruits, and here are some that have already been pulled. We've got dates. Look at these beautiful boxes of dates. Citrus. Barbecue skewers. Beautiful weaving and wickerware.
Namaskar.
Namaskar. Namaste.
Ostaz, salam alaikum.
Ostas.
Guys,
Look at these.
huh?
Oh my goodness, look at these
This is a
dried
dry
octopus.
octopus, yes.
And we've got dried fish,
Yeah, this is a dry fish. This is a kingfish.
dried shellfish.
Yes, shellfish.
Oh, we love the way you prepare it. It's
this
very
one.
unique.
This one.
Okay, we had this for lunch. Sea
This
purchase.
is red snapper, you see?
I see.
Yeah, red snapper. This one.
We'll be sure to come back and do some shopping.
You come back.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
Okay, thank you.
Look at these dried octopuses. Dried shrimps. Shellfish on skewers. This is a chef's dream in this market here. We've got some beet, processed spice, so many varieties, different than what we're seeing in Nepal. Here we've got, I believe this is a kefir lime. Tambo. From America. Hello, nice to meet you, gentlemen.
Hello, brother.
Hello, brother. Great. Oh, look at this vanilla. Look at this. This is
vanilla.
hand-cured vanilla.
Size of the banana.
I see outside.
Okay, yes.
So here, except here, bro. I have got vanilla, everything.
We'll be back before we leave the island. We'll be back to do our shopping. We just arrived this morning.
All right.
And the size of the banana.
My God, this is the biggest bananas we've ever seen. This must be plantain. This is cooking banana, yes?
The biggest banana ever.
Look at the size of these. I mean, I've heard that there's big bananas in Africa and Zanzibar, but I didn't expect anything like this. Thank you. Yes, we're gonna do some shopping before we leave the island. We just arrived today, so we're getting acquainted. We'll come back and see you. Look at the size of these. What a wild experience in this market. The size of some of the produce is enormous. Nice variety of tropical fruits. Here we're looking at yellow passion fruit again. We've got some ginger root, lime, carrot, chili. Here's the passion fruit, which has been squeezed into the bottle. This will be used for juice. These are hibiscus flowers, which make an incredible healing tea. Yes, thank you. When we're ready to buy, we'll be sure to be back. You'll see us again. Here, Erickson, look at all the different types of vanilla. This is cured by hand, yes? Each of the vanilla beans is massaged.
Smell it, my brother.
Smell? This is what, Erickson, this is what the vanilla ice cream is made from. That's the original. Thomas, look, here's some. Thomas, here's some fresh breadfruits as well. We're making friends. Our Nepali outfits are definitely winning us some points with the local community. I think they're enjoying seeing us in this dress.
Breadfruit.
It's actually also very comfortable and very cool. It's a very economical and sensible way to dress. Here are different greens. So each vendor rents their stall for the day, or these are their permanent locations?
But these permanent locations, especially in the meat market and fish market, are allocated by the government.
I see.
Yeah, there is certain authority. I'm talking about the
Can we film in the meat market?
But in the meat market, we only sell two kinds of meat. We sell.
Now we're in the meat market. What is this? Mutton? Mutton? What type of meat is this? Oh, this is beef. Fresh beef. Oh my goodness. This is what we love about living and traveling in the developing world. Yes, there's some flies to contend with, but this meat is all freshly slaughtered, freshly processed. It's so one of our viewers is asking, is it morning time here? No, it's mid-afternoon, going on 5 o'clock. We're gonna run this live stream until we see the sunset. We're looking at all different meat products here. This is all different beef, or is
No, that one's good.
this looks like goat? Yes,
Because in
mutton
the
leg.
market, we have two kinds of meat. We sell beef and a goat.
Hey, beef
We
and
don't
goat.
sell pork. Why? Because we are Muslim.
I see, I see. Right, so you won't find any pork in the markets here. But oh, look at this. This is a beef eater's dream right here. Freshly butchered, air dried, dry aged beef. My gosh, an incredible chef, a skilled chef can turn this into the finest foods. Here's the tripe. Here's the tripe, which is the stomach. Okay. We've got beef ribs. You won't find anything frozen here. Everything is fresh, slaughtered each day. Now we're headed to the fish market. Thomas, let's see what kind of fish they have over here. Zanzibar is a tropical island surrounded by beautiful, pristine oceans. So I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of beautiful. Look at the size, nice yellowfin. This looks like it came off a big fishing boat. We've got tunas, kingfishes here. This looks like more. Oh, here we have wahoo. I see a wahoo. I say, what kind of fish is this here? Yellow. Yakfish. We've got red snapper. Very nice. This must be net caught. We've got, there's some rabbit fish, everybody's favorite. Somebody got very lucky with a net here, I can see. Here are different shellfishes, both fresh out of the shell and others that were dried. Look at these are delicious. My gosh, full of vitamins and minerals. Here we've got freshly caught octopus. This guy had a very good catch. Here we've got parrotfish. We've got squid, octopus, grouper, more rabbit fish, small reef fish. Here we've got some fresh crab, parrotfish already scaled, ready to be processed. We've got some larger fish here. So these are stalls which are sanctioned by the government to facilitate this fish trade.
Look, Marlon.
Okay, that looks like a sailfish. We've got a sailfish. We've got a giant, some type of snapper there. Look at the size of this grouper. This grouper has already been scaled, ready for sale. The restaurant's gonna pick that up in no time. Look at all the octopus, guys. Look at all this. Somebody was very lucky on the reef last night or this morning. Under a full moon. What is it? Whoa, whoa, look at that. What is that? Is a Goliath grouper under there? My goodness, look at the size of this grouper. It's enormous.
Look at my end. My end.
So big. Thomas, maybe you're gonna get lucky and catch one like that.
Bet you I can catch the size of Portuguese.
Now we've got shrimp. We've got different shrimps. What a beautiful, bustling fish market. Thomas, really impressed with this giant grouper. This must be either a Warsaw or a Goliath. But that is a good sized fish. Those of you who are tuning in, we hope you're enjoying this tour. We're very lucky to have our guide with us. We would have had a hard time threading these markets in such a short period of time on our own. So we're very fortunate. Here's some needlefish. These are, or gars. We don't eat these much, but I'm sure they have a local recipe that's fantastic. Everybody's favorite rabbit fish. Okay, this is where the... Oh, look. What is that? GT?
Fish and a trevally.
This is where the fish... Yeah, look at the size of this trevally. Look at the size of some of these parrotfish. Monsters. Monsters, guys. Don't get the scales on you. Okay, we just had an incredible experience at the fish market. It's reminding us of home. Many of the fish we saw in the market we would also find in Micronesia, as is the same with the fruits. It reminds us of our own farm and all of the fruits that are waiting for us back in Micronesia when we eventually finish up our world tours. We've got Thomas and Erickson having another educational and enlightening experience, learning how people live around the world. We've gone from Micronesia to the USA, onward to Nepal, And now we're in Zanzibar, Tanzania. Every day is a new adventure. Those of you who are joining us, please remember to subscribe. We're hoping to hit 2,000 subscribers today. Our channel is 1 year old. We've got hundreds of videos currently in production. The reason we're live streaming here in this informal kind of setting manner is because we're so far behind on our video production. We wanted to share some of this African experience with our viewers right away, rather than postpone the release of the series by 6 months to a year. We currently have a series being released from our adventures in the USA, which has got many more installments coming. We've got a playlist from Nepal with 20 videos, one viral video that you should check out and enjoy. From January till June, we'll have new episodes coming out covering our travels and adventures in Kathmandu, Chitwan National Park, Pokhara. We did restaurant reviews. We did budget hotel stay accommodation reviews, and much, much more. We had so many interesting encounters with street vendors, buying various jewels, gems, gifts, cameos. Now we're in the beautiful island of Zanzibar, off the eastern coast of the African continent. Stay with us for the next 10 days while we adventure around the island. We'll be doing spice farm tours, fishing, spearing, diving, and snorkeling. Thomas is an experienced and lucky fisherman, so maybe he'll catch one of those giant Goliath groupers himself. Erickson's starting to feel at home, having fun with our guide, Andrew. Now we're off to another area of Stone Town, making our way to the waterfront to catch that incredible Tanzanian Zanzibar sunset. Life seems pretty chill here in Stone Town. The buildings aren't overstated. The shops, you could tell, are family run. We're not seeing any major chains that you might find in more developed countries. We like that. Here's a nice garden tucked into the urban landscape.
And here we are, ladies and gents, behind the camera in Zanzibar, as I've said before we commence our tour.
Adventure Boys YouTube channel. Check us out. Look at this ancient car. I want to just take a quick zoom on this. Look at this car. This must be from 50s. This must have had hundreds of repairs. This is a real antique. If anybody knows the make and the vintage, be sure to drop a comment. This is, oh, it's a Morris? This is a real, we've never seen a model like this before. This must be an English?
Yeah, it's an English obvious, that's the Morris.
Okay. So you can see this is in for restoration. I'm sure it's going to be beautiful when it's back in mint condition. Come on, Erickson, let's head this way. So now we're headed to one of the architectural gems of Zanzibar.
Yeah, Habibi.
Yeah, Habibi.
Welcome to Zanzibar.
Thank you, brothers.
Also, lads, behind the camera over there, or here we are at the former slave market site. But, Thomas, at the former slave market site, as I was saying before, in Zanzibar, apart from having beautiful beaches, we have that history of slave trade. But you should know that, lads and gents, in African continent, slave trade was done in two mainly places. We had a slave trade that was done in East Africa, and we have a slave trade which was done in West Africa. The trade in West Africa famously is known as triangular slave trade. Why? Because strong men from West African countries, Senegal, Togo, and Benin, they were shipped to the New World, which it was discovered by Christopher Columbus in 1492. Who is this guy, Christopher Columbus? Christopher Columbus, he was a sailor who was working with Queen Isabella of Spain. You should know that in 16th century, 14th till 15th century, the world, it was Spain, Portuguese, not English America as currently we are. So these slaves, they were shipped to America, to the New World. Why? Because the indigenous people, the Red Indians, they were weak or unfit for labor. After then, the raw materials obtained in America, they were shipped to Europe. But let's talk about the trade in East Africa. The trade in East Africa emerged after the disruption of the slave routes in Europe during all the time of Black Death disease. So in So in East Africa, since this it was a former slave market site, inside over there is divisible into four sections. First of all, we have the exhibition room. It's kind of like a small museum. After the exhibition room, we have the slave chambers, whereby after a long caravan route, the slaves were kept in those chambers. Apart from the slave chambers, we also have the slave monument to show this current generation how slave trade was. After the slave monument, we have the church itself. The church, it was built on the place where the trade was abolished. But since this is a market, it means there has to be a product that has to be sold and bought. By that time of slave trade, you should know that products that were bought and sold at the market were the black people. But you should know that black people, since they were treated as a product, in the market we had three kind of product. What are they? We had male products, female products, and the kids. Why? Good question. These, they were all different. They were all treated differently. After a long caravan route from African mainland, the slaves, when they were shipped, they were being transported here in Zanzibar. But for the male slaves or male products, how were they treated? They were firstly castrated, because when they were shipped overseas, they should stop reproducing the babies, as their babies also be the property of their master. We also had the female slaves. You know, ladies and gents behind the camera, when you come to visit in Africa with the help of the sponsor of this video, Adventure Boys, you may visit in South of Africa societies whereby you're going to see the weird culture. Ladies, they have big earring lobes. They have big lower lips. What kind of culture is that? You should know that by the time of arrival of Portuguese here in Zanzibar, due to their brutalist act of raping beautiful African ladies, and by that time we Africans, we had our own ways of worship. We used to worship on idols, right? You understand when I say idols? Idols, you may idolize a big stone, a big tree, you know, because Christianity, exactly, idols. So when this lady is being raped, giving birth to a baby boy or a baby girl without a father, it was termed as a curse in a society. They had to be taken away from the society. So this lady, they knew that since the Portuguese will continue with this brutal action, what they did, they started deliberately to ruin away their beauty. Ladies and gentlemen, just imagine, they ruined their beauty deliberately so as to avoid the intimacy between themselves and the Portuguese soldiers. So it doesn't mean we Africans are barbaric. It was just a protective measures done by these ladies to protect themselves from the Portuguese. So what they did, they deliberately lured away their beauty to avoid the intimacy between the Portuguese soldiers and themselves. Just imagine.
That's fascinating. I'd never heard that story before.
And what about the babies? The babies, they were treated as extra commodity. What do I mean? Because the greatest demand in the market, it was men slaves and the female slaves. The babies, they were treated as extra commodity by meaning that buy one slave and get 2 babies free.
Unbelievable. You can't hear these stories anywhere but at the slave market itself. Come on, bud. Come on up and get closer to our guide.
With the beach, where we live, you see, you want to get the bucket? So we have the fish.
The fish market was truly incredible. Assalamu alaikum. So, this guy has got eyes only for the sweet shops and the cafes. The culture is of a little bit of interest, but certainly the culinary aspect is his favorite. Here's a Mitsubishi 4-wheel. Here's a real Jeep for rent. Those are quite fun.
100 grand.
Sasa pesa zako za kusaidia nini?
Somebody preparing their barbecue for the night market. These potatoes must be for a famous Zanzibarian mixed dish. You can see these wooden doorways on how the different shops open and close for business. It's got a very old feel. The streets are narrow, but vehicles still negotiate all these little throughways. We're in the old part of Stone Town. This is the oldest part of the city.
Also, ladies and gents behind the camera in Zanzibar, apart from having more than one religion, we also have variety of pictures which deploys the freedom of worship in our island. So on top over there, you're gonna see we have the church and the mosque in one place, situated in one place, which shows that we Zanzibaran, apart from having the population, most of it being the Muslims, the Christians, and the Hindus, but in Zanzibar we have freedom of worship. So at this place we have a church and you have a mosque town. But in another place, ladies and gentlemen, behind the camera, I'm going to show you, we have a temple, we have a church, and we have a mosque in one place. Reaching at 6, 3 group of people, they are meeting at one place, whereby the Christians, they will ring the bell, like us to the Indians, and for the Muslims, they will call for adhan. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, people together. So the Muslims, they know their way in, the Hindus, they know their way in, and the Christians, they know their way in. Majority of people who live in Zanzibar, about 98% are Muslims, followed by the Christians, and lastly followed by the Hindus. But we live harmony among ourselves in a society.
You can see the spires of the mosque and the Christian church side by side. Interesting picture.
Boys, let's go.
The boys are warming up to their new environment here in Zanzibar. It was a little bit of a difficult trip to make it across halfway around the world, crossing over India, over the Middle East, landing in Doha, and finally here in Zanzibar. This is our first day. We didn't waste any time. We're doing a cultural tour, learning about the people, the religion, architecture, history of the city. This is part of the experience of a traveler. We're not just coming to sit on the beach, but we're also taking an opportunity to learn, expand our horizons, and understand different cultures and peoples better. Thomas, are you learning a lot on this tour?
Yes.
Sunset is not far off, and we're working our way back to the shoreline. Definitely a good chance of getting lost in the maze of these narrow streets. If you have plenty of time, that's not a problem. It can be very enjoyable, but we're on a limited timeline. This is very interesting here. This is a beautiful art shop. Handmade paintings. Look at the incredible ceiling rafters and stone construction. This is a great example of the stone town.
Behind the camera. Yeah, so you can see the artistic world here in Zanzibar. So the adventure boys, they are claiming that this is a boy. But it doesn't look like a boy. To me, it looks like
that is so funny. Turn it upside down again.
This is kind of like, so is that a boy or what? Oh, it's a boy. Look at it.
That is very clever. We wish we were carrying more luggage on the way back. We'd love to take some of these works home. We are doing carry-on only. These are very interesting. Don't touch. But you can see here, these are textured works, which captures, must be a combination of wood carving, painting, sculpting. These are very interesting, very nicely done. This must be an old fort. We've noticed the cats. Oh, you know what? Don't get scratched. You don't want to get scratched by these cats. You'll end up with cat scratch fever. It's got a little kitten, another cat and kitten. Look at this old school architecture, an ancient wall here. Somebody's got a furniture repair business. Here are men, skilled carvers and craftsmen, making the solid wooden doors. You can get an idea. This is made from all local lumber, solid wood. Beautiful carving is done on them. handicraft garden. Or handcraft garden. Beautiful replica doorways, smaller pieces. Please find this looks like mahogany tables. What type of wood is this, sir? It is mahogany. Beautiful mahogany handmade furniture. In the Western world, these are very expensive. Only for the elites. Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata. Kuda Matata.
Here's a team of artisans and artists making a beautiful bed frame. How long does it take you guys to make something like this? Oh, this is a repair. Hmm? Here's a repair of a solid wooden bed. This looks like also 1 week, local timber, beautifully made. Here you see the Stone Town architecture. Different printed fabrics.
Hello, karibu. Have a look.
Oh yeah, good eyes, Erickson. Hand carved. Thank you, man. We're threading the narrow streets. You can see some of the older buildings diverging off true vertical. There must be some settling in this construction technique, not using a true binding cement, but more of a sand and lime mortar. These are the type of streets that Stone Town is famous for. Chicky games. This is a game shop. What's this? Okay, here is a little smidge of the modern world. We've got gaming terminals hidden in these ancient buildings. We've got the boys from the neighborhood playing different games. Okay. Erickson's now in his element. This must be almost like a cyber cafe, but for gaming. People can come and rent time on these different PlayStations, different devices. Erickson's all excited. Wants to play some Mortal Kombat. Okay, this is a Mortal Kombat challenge. Erickson loves his video games. Now this tour has gone to a whole new level.
So do you present Thomas or you can play by himself?
Go ahead, you guys can play each other first. I'm not sure they've ever tried this.
Yes, we played. And what's your cousin's name? Leighton.
Oh, okay, you played with Leighton?
Yes, we play Minecraft.
Say hi to your cousins.
Hi.
We're all looking forward for the family to arrive shortly after Christmas. We'll be meeting them in Arusha, having the great privilege of taking the safari across the Serengeti.
Okay, I blue, yeah. Okay, basics. So choose your own character. You wanna go Sub-Zero? For me, I wanna go with the Joker. Let's see the Joker. You wanna go Scorpion? You sure? I'll defeat you. You sure? Okay. Let's see.
Okay, we've got a serious Mortal Kombat challenge here.
You sure wanna go?
works now.
Come down? Yeah? No? Down, 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 down. Woo! Woo, 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 woo! No, it's you don't have to dodge. Oh! You got. Wow. Let's see. Come on, come on, come on, come on, Ramoko. Come on, Ramoko. Come on. Ramoko. Ramoko.
This is an unexpected twist to our cultural day in Stone Town. We found a cyber cafe where Alex is joining it.
Wow. No. I think this way around. So what's your time? No? What time is the way?
Modern world, melding with the old world. Can't escape video games anywhere you go. But the boys seem to be having a good time.
Now we got to finish this. You see? Come on, fight your cat. Give me a video, hey, baby. What's wrong with this dog, man? Fight. This is not fair, man. Come on.
This is fair.
Ericsson's the champion of the first round.
Even the second round. You're right.
Okay, you won.
All right, guys, one more match and then let's go catch the sunset. Unexpected twist to our day. Now they're making friends here in Stone Town.
You hit this to attack. This one. I'm gonna be it's okay now. I'm gonna be your car. Let your car. I'm gonna be
Go ahead, pick your guys.
I'm finished. What is that? Don't know what it is.
Excellent. Look at oh, you two joker.
How do you make
Oh, come on, Rick. That's not fair. All right. You want to swing? Ah, come on, Thomas. It's going to the feature, Thomas! Thomas! Go, Thomas! Yeah. That's it. That's it, Thomas. Come on. Yeah. What's going on?
Yeah, nice.
So finish this round, there we go. Thomas, come on, man. Come on. Oh, come on, Thomas. Oh, the final round. Let's see who wins. The final round. Let's see who wins. Oh my God.
Come on, Erickson. Let him have it.
Erickson. Let's go, Thomas. Let's go. Oh. Oh my God. Somebody's about to die. Who wins? Thomas or Erickson? Who wins? The final round? Who wins? The final round! Who wins? Okay, we continue.
All right, come on, champions. I think the boys enjoyed this little pit stop. This was a lot of fun. We have big smiles.
Champion. Because Joker is the horrible. Is this our water bottle?
Yes. Bye, guys.
Coming back.
Okay, you like this place? Erickson found his own haunt in Stone Town.
Going back. He beat you once, then I beat you. Because I choose the ugly one.
You choose the actual.
Hello.
I choose the weak one and the ugly one.
No, but that guy was strong. You know, he had a knife, everything.
But Thomas had a sharp knife. And you have a sharp knife too.
You also had it with the knife?
Mine is only 6. Yours is only 20.
What's the name of your color? What's it like?
It acts like those, that fiery flame, that thing that's always hit my shoulder in the game. But I got down, swipe his leg, and then got up. Bam!
But sincerely speaking, I thought the final run, Erickson was going to win. But I don't know what happened. Erickson, what happened?
What happened?
You let him win? I thought it was, oh no!
He tried.
You trained your best, right?
No, this was my biggest. Okay. Yeah, right. What do you do since the game I told you all?
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. Look at the sky. First time I ever seen it. You lost sky. Bus. What's that called? What's that? The other? What's the other class called? Cumulus, Cyrus, Nimbus, and
Stratus.
Stratus. Stratus.
Next time I'll pick the guy who has
Nimbus, Cumulus, Cyrus, Stratus.
the knife altogether. They want to fight
Popcorn? You want some popcorn? You want some popcorn? Buddy? You sure? We wait until dinner. What smells good here?
After dinner, going back to the gaming station.
You guys are completely enthralled with the back alley gaming shop.
So ladies and gents, behind the camera, after a magnificent stop for the boys, to make this tour more entertaining. Oh, here we are, we're at the place where we're going to explore the shortest war in the world. It was recorded here in Zanzibar. It's not the First World War, it's not the Second World War, but the shortest war, it was recorded in Zanzibar. We have more details behind my back. But before seeing what is written on this board, without adventure boards, you couldn't know this much and delicate information. So the shortest war, it was recorded in Zanzibar for 38 minutes. I know it surprises you, but let me hide it then. As I'm saying then, without the adventure boys, you couldn't know. In 38 minutes, 500 people died.
My
This
goodness.
is the shortest war that was recorded here in Zanzibar. In this war, yeah, in the world. It's not the First World War, it's not the Second, but the shortest war in the world history. It was recorded here in Zanzibar. So, the war, it was between the Arabs and the British, and the war occurred in 1896. But after the finishing of the war, the responsibility to renew or to redesign the new architecture at limestone town, that role it was given to the British engineer who was called John Sinclair. Again, ladies and gentlemen, behind the camera, without the adventure boys, you couldn't know this information. In Zanzibar, we have Star of David. Star of David, what happened? The role to redesign the new architecture in Stone Town, it was given to the British engineer who was called John Sinclair. But John Sinclair, he was a half British, a half Israeli. So when he was redesigning all this architecture, he left one significant site in each of the buildings he redesigned. Quickly enough, let's see the Star of David.
Is there a graveyard in there?
So,
Back on the graveyard.
behind the camera, I'm not sure you're gonna see it over there. On top of that building, we have a Star of David, or a Jewish star.
Oh yes, I could see it now.
Where?
It's up in the apex of that building there in the stonework. Do you see the star?
You see the star?
Oh yeah!
Yeah. But ladies and gents, by that time, Israelis, they had no land. Israelis, they were given land by the British themselves in 1947 after the end of the Second World War in Palestine, as we are speaking today. Apart from that, ladies and gents, now we are going to see the jumping boys.
Okay.
Here you are.
There's other jumping boys?
Other jumping boys.
I thought these were the two adventure
Thomas
boys.
Erickson.
Erickson.
That's what it. I am the famous gamer at this building, right? Right?
I guess so. Careful here, John. Okay, perfect timing. See the sunset. Watch your leg. Watch your leg.
Maonyesho, wewe pesa yako huitaki au? Here we do the video like this.
Okay.
You say your name, where you come from, and you say where like this.
Eric, Thomas, and Erickson. Eric, Thomas, and Erickson from USA. 1, 2, 3. Eric, Thomas, and Erickson from USA. Welcome to Zanzibar. Zanzibar! Habibi!
Welcome to Zanzibar!
Okay, this one is good. Thank you so much. Eh? Give it to him. That was very interesting, very fun. This is a popular spot here on the waterfront. Erickson said, Hukuna Matata, Habibi. Welcome to Zanzibar.
Thomas!
Thomas, let me hear you. Hakuna Matata, Habibi. This is so fun. The Jumping Boys. Okay, here is the famous night market. We're gonna come have some snacks here. We're all getting hungry from this walking tour. Food looks delicious. People are styling. Delicious roasted meats. Shish kebabs. Shawarma. Shawarma. We heard about shawarma. Thomas, we'll come have some of this for dinner.
I get a snack.
We're the Adventure Boys YouTube channel. We're coming from Nepal. These are the traditional dresses of Nepal.
Japan.
Nepal.
It's not nice.
Nepal is north of India. Yeah. We'll be back. This looks great.
Hello.
Hello.
It's not to have here.
We're going to be coming back for sure. Ooh, octopus. Look at this. Ooh, squids. Yes. Do you guys want to try some of this now? Or you want to come back?
Come back later.
Let's come back in a little while. You see the squids? They look delicious. As you can see, the waterfront is just bustling here. This night market is a super popular place to come and taste the local cooking. Squids look great. We'll be back shortly. This we've got shish kebabs of meats. We've got octopus, fish. Looks fantastic. For those who aren't aware, this is a sugarcane press for fresh sugarcane juice.
Who's gonna think about me? Batman. It's him, right?
It's him.
It's you.
It's him. Superman is stronger than Batman.
These fish look super.
Yeah. I am hot. Superman.
So Thomas will be John Cena.
John Cena. I'm gonna be John Cena.
Okay, I'm flash.
No flash. No, Ericsson's the one that puts in the character. Ericsson's Shrek.
Here is an old architectural gem. Look at the rounded shape of all of the corners here. Beautiful crenellations at the top. This is a real architectural gem we're seeing here. That
Ice cream.
later we will.
No,
No, later.
Right now. I want ice cream. May I please have ice cream?
After we have some dinner, we can.
Yeah. I think some dinner can.
Hakuna Matata, Habibi. It's cute.
The baby's like. Meanwhile, I'm like.
This must be the old fort. This looks like it's had some restorations and repairs. This is really old school. You can see it was repaired with mud and lime. Yeah, this was newly repaired. It's hot. It must have been absorbing heat all day. Yes, now we're circling the old fort. This was built by... Tell us a little bit about the fort.
Yeah, so ladies and gents, behind the camera, here we are. We are the first building that was built here in Zanzibar in 1698 by the Portuguese. Hopefully there is a difference between fort and the castle. Castle is where the royal family lives. Fort is mainly for protective own security purpose. In our fort in Stone Town, it's referred as Old Fort. But in East Africa in general, we have two forts. Likewise, as we have Stone Town. We have Stone Town, which is found in Zanzibar, and the other one in Kenya, Mombasa. And we have Fort, Old Fort, which is found in Zanzibar, and Fort Jesus, which is found in Mombasa, Kenya. But the Old Fort in Zanzibar is divisible into two parts. We have the girl gates, wherever you're going to see in front of us. Apart from the girl gates, we also have the amphitheater, which it was mostly used for entertainment. So you can see how the thick the wall is.
Down. Let's walk up.
This reminds us
Let's walk up.
of the Spanish fort in the center of
Let's walk
Colonia
up.
Pohnpei. This was a garrison. This was an actual military fort, and now it's become a arts and culture area. You see people can gather here. They're craft vendors. This is where they host concerts, cultural events.
I'm John Cena, they say. This is John Cena's pose.
Don't mind, I'll go with you.
This is really neat. The courtyard is paved with the iconic Stone Town construction technique.
Yes,
We've got fine handicrafts, shops lining. Major construction is happening here. Is this a restoration?
The amphitheater, yeah, for the
The amphitheater. You can see the antiquity of these buildings here. This looks like it's been recently renovated. Ever since Erickson got to play some video games along this adventure, it's really picked up his spirits. It's got his energies going. He's very excited. These are nice examples of the hand carvings that are done, signs made to order, replica doors with the elephant and elephant spikes.
And sometimes you can use
The
them
elephant
as
is right here.
Oh, I see. Oh, wow, this is very clever. This would be very nice in home. This is
Here's
something I
the
can imagine
elephant.
taking home.
Here's the
Key holder box, cameo box, jewelry boxes, all very nicely made.
Transbachis, they have a secret holder like this one.
This looks like a
Look
chest,
at this. This has got
chest box.
a secret place to hide your special valuables. Nobody would ever find it unless you knew about these Zanzibar boxes. These are really nice. You can imagine. Oh, Thomas, here, look at this. This is a game that you haven't played before.
What is the game?
I would call it bars for him. So guys, let's go and terminate our tour at Freddie Mercury's house.
All right, last stop, Freddie Mercury.
Ice cream first. Ice cream first. Ice cream. Ice cream.
This is our first day landing in Zanzibar. We made it to our guest house by 10 this morning. For those who might be thinking about joining or coming to Zanzibar, you should be aware that there is a new requirement for traveler insurance. Needs to be presented on arrival or purchased. We weren't aware of that. We also, visas on arrival are available, but it's recommended to get e-visas 2 to 3 weeks prior to your arrival date, and that will ease and facilitate breezing through immigration. There are special lanes for families, which we utilized, which was very nice. We didn't have to wait in the long lines with the kids who were so tired after the long flights. The taxi from the airport was about $15. It is true what people say that many things are paid for in US dollars. That seems to be one of the preferred currencies. A lot of the prices are quoted in US dollars, strangely, but you can also pay in the local currency with an exchange rate of about 2,500 to $1. The ATMs allow you to take out up to 400,000 at a time, which is a few $100s, but they don't accept all cards, so definitely have multiple cards with you when you come. Have plenty of cash to pay for your tours, your guides, your taxis, but it's pretty easy getting around. It's definitely a tourist-oriented place, so there are guides everywhere. People are standing by to assist any tourists or visitors on every corner and in every location. I would highly suggest using a guide to tour the town. It's a little bit of a maze. It would be very difficult to find all of these cultural sites in a short period of time. We've been touring for 2 hours. We hit all of the majors, which has been really great. If we were wandering around on our own, I think it would probably have taken a day or even 2 days to see what we saw today. And we're gonna do one last stop. We're going to see famous Freddie Mercury's house. He was born here in Zanzibar, and the sun is starting to set. The light is dropping, but the mood is very chill here. Let's see, here we are. We're at Freddie Mercury's his home and museum.
Legend.
I'm not going to be a star, I'm going to be a legend. Queen.
I'm a legend. Thank you.
Thomas Mercury. Here, go stand next to Freddy. Here, you guys go get a portrait together. There you go. There.
Thomas?
Okay. We have one legend and two rising stars. The Adventure Boys, Thomas and Erickson. Not only do we play with fishing, spearing, hunting, but we're also interested in culture, architecture, travel, education, geography.
So, ladies and gents, behind the camera, this is the last point where we're going to stop now at the house of Freddy Maker. His real name was called Farouk Al-Qusar. The word Farouk means black. Freddy was born and raised here in Zanzibar. And his primary educational level, he studied here in Zanzibar before relocating to India at St. Peter's Boarding School, whereby his talent of singing emerged after his fellow students knowing about him that he could imitate the sounds of the best and legendary singers by that time. One of the best and legendary singers at that time, Freddy Mercury, he could imitate, he was Elvis Presley. Freddy, he moved from Zanzibar to England later on after seeking for safety when in Zanzibar in 1964 we had a revolution. So Freddy, his parents are from India, descendant, but they came in Zanzibar to work in the British colonial government as cashier. And apart from that, Freddy is the first celebrity in the world to be diagnosed with HIV and AIDS. Freddy died in Kensington back in London when it was in 1991, as he was born in 1946. Freddy and his parents, they were the worshipper of the oldest religion, Zoroastrian religion, as they emphasize on fire and light. Freddy once was called Farouk until he went to England, where he changed his name from Farouk to Freddy, and he converted to Christianity religion.
Well, thank you for this incredible tour. It's been a great day. Guys, come on behind.
Come on
Let's
behind.
do thank you and goodbye, everybody who joined us today. We hope you learned something. We had an incredible, enriching experience. Our guide was so knowledgeable. We'll provide his contacts and credentials in case anybody else comes here to Zanzibar, wants to do a similar tour. We hope you guys liked it. We've got a lot more to come. The action and adventure will start tomorrow. We're headed to the northeastern side of the island where we're going to be doing fishing, spearing, beach time, and more. We're going to tour some spice farms along the way, so stay with us for a great adventure around Zanzibar. In 10 days, we're headed over to mainland Tanzania, where we'll be doing a safari. We're going to be live streaming along the way. I hope you guys tune in again. Hope you enjoy, and thank you for being with us. Let our friends know how they can contact you if they're here in Zanzibar.
Also, guys, as I've said before, my name is Adam. You can contact me on the information bar in the chat, or you can check me on the website, Facebook, Instagram, Travel by Adam, with my number on the site.
All right, Adam. Thank you so much.
Okay.